And good Saturday morning, everybody.
Hey, guys. And hey, there's a Mil Mascaris. I didn't know
There
he was
you
a
go.
Red Sox fan,
Well, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right. Like you were just talking, we had a 3-day weekend, no music gigs. So I'm kind of enjoying getting to do the comic thing and be on here today. So how you doing? Feeling any better?
I feel like more energy. I definitely have more energy, more life to me. But the cough is still there. Just so people know, I didn't fall off the face of the earth this week, but I was in the hospital for since Tuesday with pneumonia. So pneumonia and an upper respiratory viral thing. So and I just got out yesterday afternoon. So it was like, get home, get on the laptop, get stuff ready, set up for the show today, and looking forward to having you back again and
Oh, yeah, I'm glad to be back.
On here. And of course, as everybody can tell, got the wrestling mask. Why is he wearing a wrestling? Because this is one of my biggest weekends in the year. It is WrestleMania weekend. Yeah, baby. So that's right. We got the 10 pounds of gold out of storage, and we are ready. Whoops, I got it upside down. I can't even do it justice.
Come on, man. What kind of champion are you?
I'm a paper champion, baby.
All right, brother.
So I am looking forward to it. I got a whole weekend of wrestling starting today, right after the show at 1:00. They're starting off with a pay-per-view, and then there's another pay-per-view tonight, part of WrestleMania night 1, tomorrow night 2. But so I'm looking forward to that. But so I couldn't resist just having a little fun with a little wrestling thing here. But I'm gonna take that off because otherwise I'll roast in it. And you guys will have to pardon me if it gets real bad. I'll just hit my mic thing here. But like I said, I still got the upper respiratory thing, and that cough is kicking my butt.
Fun, man.
Oh, but I wanted to start off the show and with a thank you. I know everybody knows. A couple of weeks ago, went to the Comic-Con in Concord, New Hampshire, a comic show, and got to meet up with Triple P, Andrew, there. And Andrew sent me a package this week. I wasn't able to get it because, like I said, I was in the hospital most of the week. But I did get to open it up this morning. My wife got the package and sent it and gave it to me. And so I got to open it up, and you got to, I know you're going to love this too.
Just show it. Just show it.
Yeah. All right, here we go. He sent this awesome book, man. I can't believe he sent this. Andrew, you're awesome, man. You shouldn't have done that. You didn't have to do that at all, man. It's incredible. All right, here we are. You ready? Here we go.
Oh, nice.
How cool is that?
Yeah. Yeah, I know you've been on your list ever since you saw the one I had. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. I love that book. Yeah,
and I got the replica, the facsimile one.
Yeah,
and I made the joke before. Oh, that's as close as I'll get to the original one. And then I opened this up this morning.
Oh, man, I didn't know they made a facsimile of that one. That's kind of odd. Yeah. So, I love that Dick Giordano cover on that one. And it's funny because it says giant, but it doesn't have the giant number in the numbering on top of it. Yeah, right.
So I mean, and this is not really an easy one to find.
No, it is not. I mean, you never see it hardly ever,
let alone afford.
Wow, yeah, right. Yeah, I got mine over on the shelf.
So,
Andrew,
thank you so much. I can't say thank you that enough, mostly because I can't hardly breathe. But I do want to say, let's see here. Thank you so much, Andrew. I greatly appreciate that, my friend. That is tremendous. You are awesome.
That is great, man.
Cool.
Yeah, man, that shirt. I love that shirt he was wearing. Where do you get those at?
Which one? This?
No, the one he was wearing.
Oh, the one.
Sorry, man. I shouldn't have got him going. Now he's got me coughing.
Oh man. Okay, you got me. You got me. It's coming. It's in that package.
Sorry, man. Just every once in a while, I got to give you some crap about that. It's because it's funny, you know.
Oh man, I'm sorry. Oh, okay. All righty. Wow, what do you think? It's time to bring in the peanut gallery.
It is.
Let's go. I put us so far behind time already. Oh my gosh. All right, here we go. Let's bring in the peanut gallery.
The peanut gallery's on the run. We got the comics, you bring the fun. Saturday morning, time to cheer. Man, we're glad you're here. North, south, east, and west, peanut gallery, you're the best. All our friends, both far and near. Man, we're glad you're here.
And welcome to everybody in the peanut gallery. So glad you could hang out with us again today. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, appreciate you guys showing up every week.
And
without fail.
Without fail, absolutely. Faithful. That's why we call them the Faithful. All right. Well, we know how we start this off. So let's introduce our first peanut. That's right. We usually start off with Anthony Purdue. Notice I didn't say Perkins. I have to make a concerted effort not to do that.
See, it's funny because that's like that old Yosemite Sam Bugs Bunny cartoon where he's doing the fearless freak, the diving. He's knocking on the door and he's like, "Open up that door, open." He looks at the camera. Like, you notice I didn't say Richard.
All right. Excuse me. We got Anthony Purdue, and he is here, and I'm clicking on the wrong one right off the top. He says, "Good morning, Peanut Peers. Talking comics and history is what me and Jesse Davis, my night shift co-worker, did for 5 years."
Nice. He read comic books as a kid and when he was in the military, Army and Marine Corps, in civilian life as a bus driver and bodybuilder.
And did I skip something? No. Justice League, the Avengers, and many others we would discuss. Jesse had a Forrest Gump way with history. He was on the same Army base with Elvis and Colin Powell.
Oh, nice. He said, "Don't believe the photos of Elvis. He didn't mingle with the enlisted men. Jesse knew the real Army soldiers that the film Town Without Pity was based on." Nice.
Jesse had photos, news clippings, and documents that proved his claims. He let me see the news clippings that shows him as one of the Marine Honor Guard of the plane that flew JFK to Dallas, Texas. Wow. Holy cow.
He was there when Bobby Kennedy was killed. One of his regular bus passengers was Sharon Tate's maid, who rode on his bus the day she discovered the Manson murders. Wow. That was Forrest Gump like, wasn't it?
I guess so. He knew Arnold, Lou, and other bodybuilders from the start of their careers. He told me one early morning at Gold's Gym, him, Lou Ferrigno, and another bodybuilder were working out.
The gym owner came in and needed to fix a part on a 700-pound machine, so all three of them held it up for him. And when he finished, he told them they could put it down. Only 700.
Lou didn't hear him. Lou didn't hear him and was holding up the machine by himself. He was on the Incredible Hulk. Yes, he was. Just said he had still had a few of the early issues of JLA and Avengers stored away somewhere.
And for the 5 years we were together, me and Jesse talk comics and history. Teddy says hi to all his friends, and we will catch the replay. Take care, everyone.
Well, cool. Thank you so much, Anthony. That's wild.
Yeah.
Always got a great story. Always. Thank you so much, Anthony.
Thank you,
We
Anthony.
greatly appreciate it. And I'm sorry. So yes, thank you very much, Anthony. Appreciate that as always. Your comic memories. So, and I'm going to do it. That's why I do it every time. I'm going to try to click something else and I leave something else up. I've never learned, my friend. Thank you, Anthony. And then, of course, we know who comes right after Anthony. Let's see. Yeah. That's right. It's Easy Comic Reader and his comic musical stylings of the day. Thank you so much, Mike, for your creativity once again, sir.
Oh, and on the Crazy Hungarian Joe stream last night, Mike was on there showing some great independent stuff I never had heard of and seen of, and it was just really cool to see, some stuff that's not Marvel and DC,
Mm-hmm.
We're all about everything on comic-wise, so it was good. He showed some great stuff.
Absolutely cool. I didn't get a chance to see the show, but it is on my viewing calendar. Hoping to get to see most of it today. So
it was fun.
Looking forward to it because I know when I was on there, it was a ton of fun showing the books with the guys and the conversation after too. Like I mentioned, we had a long conversation afterwards. In fact, some of them were still talking when I had to leave. But it's a lot of fun. You get together like that. Had a lot of fun.
It is.
So, all right. Now let's see. So we did that. Well, we've got, here's Easy. He says, greetings from sunny South Texas. You got the sunshine giving the wave from the streets of Bakersfield, California. We got Tiger by the Tail by Buck Owens. This is one of the first songs I wrote him when I saw this morning. I told him, I said, this is one of the first songs I can remember as a kid learning and hearing on the radio.
Yeah.
So
that was the first ones when I started playing guitar with my dad when I was like 7 or 8 years old. This is one of the first ones I learned, and there was an instrumental that they did called the Buckaroos. That was like the two Buck Owens songs we did when I was a kid. It's fun stuff.
Oh, yeah. I remember, I just remember sitting out back on the swing set, belting that out. My neighbors, shutting their windows and stuff. All right. You ready, brother?
Oh, yeah.
You're probably going to have to carry the bulk load of this because otherwise
I'm sorry already, people. So,
All right. Here we go.
And 1 and a 2. I've got more comics in the mail. It's plain to see. The wife is shooting them dirty looks to me. She's madder than heck and raising hell. Looks like I've got too many comics in the mail. That's a great one, Mike.
That's good, man. That is awesome. I love it. sent me right into a coughing fit this morning when I first read it. I was in tears laughing.
Yeah, a few days ago. Of course, I instantly get a big smile or a laugh. When I read the lyrics, I was like, man, he's on point with all these. It's great. Well, Mike, we appreciate you once again, and we look. What is this like? Getting into volume 5 of the greatest hits, maybe?
Easily.
So we're in the volume. The LPs are stacking up over here, man. So just keep up the good work.
That's it. Thank you so much, Mike. Greatly appreciate it once again, man. And then we have see, every time gonna do it. Ain't gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
Ain't not gonna do it today, folks.
All right, and we know who's next in the on deck circle. That's right. It's a lady who runs the show. It's Lady M. How you doing, Maranya?
How's it going, Maranya?
Maranya says, wow, you definitely need to either write your memoirs or get someone to illustrate them as a graphic novel series, Anthony. Seriously, they'd make a great read. Yeah.
It would, yeah.
Absolutely. That would be cool.
Yep.
That would be neat.
And she says, glad to hear from Teddy. You and Teddy are in my thoughts and prayers.
Absolutely. Hope Teddy's doing well. Sounds like he is. So he should be mending up pretty good, huh? Like to hear that. And Maranya says, ECR, that song of yours sounds like you lived it at least once. Great rendition as always. Amos Moses and Dolly June are square dancing to this one, she says.
I figured they'd be howling after we got done with that.
Oh.
And she says, happy Easter, everyone, and happy Easter to you as well.
Yes, happy Easter.
And everyone in the chat.
That's right. Happy Easter to everyone. Did you ever do anything real special for Easter?
And we just, there was always like usually a little Easter egg hunt at my grandparents when we were kids, and like there'd always be you'd have like the real eggs that we colored, and then you have like little plastic eggs, and they would always have some kind of little, or it was either be a big one, I think, or else you would get a little one with a note in it say you are the prize. When you go in, you get like some Hot Wheels or something like that. It was always kind of cool.
Yep, that's what we did. We had the plastic colored eggs, and they'd be in candy in most of them. In one of them, there might be a buck or two, something like that. And when you were a kid, it was like if you get a couple of bucks, it was like back then, whoa, that's big money.
Money at all, it was a big deal,
Yeah, you got that right, because that's back in the day, it was like 12 cents, baby. I'm going, if I had more than 12 cents, I'm down to the Rexall drugstore. So it was a lot of fun, and for years. I was never a huge chocolate fan. I was like the white chocolate for some reason. But for years, I used to get my mom used to always give me a white chocolate bunny.
No, that's cool.
Yeah, and then when they made the Reese's white chocolate bunny, wow, yeah, sent me right. Thank you for the diabetes. Oh, not my mom. Reese's. I'm not. Oh, and Maranya says, "Welcome to my childhood memories." She says, "Easter usually revolved around 4 things as a kid: church, the Easter basket I'd get, chocolate Easter bunnies, and dinner at my grandparents' on mom's side."
It sounds pretty familiar. We'd go to the church at St. Jerome's Catholic Church around 10 or 11 a.m. on Easter Sunday for services. Then my brother and I got our baskets with candy toys, and for me also decorated hard-boiled eggs. Nice.
Oh, nice. One year I got a pink stuffed Snoopy toy, and my brother got the white stuffed Snoopy toy in our Easter baskets. Cool beans.
There you go. Peanuts. After that, we went next door to my grandparents' house for lunch and Easter dinner. Lunch was usually homemade raviolis with homemade tomato sauce and all the fixings, meatballs. Is that bracciole or chick? I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't have to say broccoli, but and chicken.
Cool. And pork chops cooked in the sauce. Dinner was usually ham, turkey, and roast beef. That's what we used to have, was a lot of ham and at my folks' house, and with the usual sort of side dishes. We had all the aunts, uncles, and cousins there on that day.
Regarding chocolate bunnies, money was tight growing up in our house. My mom went to Kmart and bought up a lot of solid chocolate Easter bunnies that were damaged after Easter. Well, that's pretty cool.
It tasted just as good. And I remember a refrigerator shelf stacked 3 bunnies high on the foot tall and 2-inch thick chocolate bunnies. That was a great treat for weeks, at least.
My mom also used some of those bunnies to make peanut butter Easter eggs and coat them with melted chocolate. What a treat. Far better than the Reese's one they put out today.
Oh, yeah. I haven't had a whole lot of Reese's lately, so... And I have to extremely limit all that stuff. Thank you for listening to my childhood memories of Easter. Now, back to our regularly scheduled programming on WSAN 75, the home of comic book memories. I love how she always puts that tag in there. Awesome. Great story, Maranya. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Yeah, that was a great story. Appreciate that.
It just comes with a lot of great memories. It's one of those holidays, and you just, I know our big thing was, we obviously spend it in church, and then, but boy, you look forward to getting home because you knew you had that basket waiting. You got the basket first thing, but you couldn't eat any of it. You had to get ready to go to Sunday school and go to church, and then, when you got home, it's like, oh, I can't wait to get home. So, all right. Well, let's see who else is in there in the peanut gallery. We got Scotty Z70.
Z70, yeah, Scotty. He says, hey, I'll be in and out in an hour. There will be optimal lighting in a room I need to clean out. Okay.
There you go.
Be here, sir.
Oh, man, the man's got priorities. Got to do some cleaning. We'll be here when you're ready, Scotty. And we got Miranda saying, gotcha. See you when you get here, Scotty. There we go.
And I am one of us is here. Welcome, sir.
Hey, I am one of us. Great to have you with us once again.
And he says, hello, Rod and Peanuts. Good morning. And you also, sir.
Yes, good morning to you. Hope everything's going well so far. Miranda says, good morning to I am one of us.
And he says, Miranda Valconen, hi.
And we got Triple C, Rob. How you doing, cheap comic collector? Great to have you with us, Rob.
Hey, Rob. He's saying, good morning, gang. Happy Easter.
And a happy Easter to you as well, Rob.
Absolutely. Rob showed great stuff last night, too. Yeah.
Excuse me. And Miranda says, happy Easter to Triple C.
And Martin says, are we on the RST again this week? Rod Standard Time?
As usual. I didn't even realize. Shannon looked at it, having the motion like he was looking at his watch there. And that's when I looked down at my clock and it was like already 3 past. I'm like, oh
no. Yeah, I told him we need to get on like at 9 o'clock and start talking before we do the show. So,
yeah, I think you're right. Oh, we got I am one of us. He says, stopwatch blue hand timer.
And Jackson Northkirk is in the house. Welcome, Jackson. And he is saying, hello.
Much better than I could do it. Oh, excuse me. Yes, great to have you with us, Jackson. Jackson's got his internet situation fixed out there, so he was back with us again last week, and so great to have him back on a regular basis.
Absolutely.
Cool beans. I am one of us says hello.
And D. Jackson, I think Shannon is to blame.
Oh, wow.
I'm always getting blamed for something, so it's okay. Yeah.
Oh, and we got the Professor Eric Bean. How you doing, Eric?
Hey, Eric. Welcome, sir.
And he says, here we go. Hello.
Oh, that's pretty good. Sort of like Mrs. Doubtfire and a dog howling at the moon. I like that. Yeah, I really need to quit making you laugh today, don't I? And Mariah says, hello to both Jackson, Eric, and Coco Lump Chanel. Wow, man.
Oh, man. This is going to be a long one. Oh, Rania says, good morning to Rod, Shannon, the Peanut Gallery, the Nuts of the Day, the Foofs, the studio audience, and Marania's legion of peanut pets.
Absolutely. And Jackson Rourke says, shame on you, Marana, for calling her lump.
Ouch. Uh-oh. I am one of us saying hi to Shannon.
And Mariah says, it's Coco's middle name.
And the Jackson Rourke says, glad you're feeling better, champ. Oh, man.
And he says, by the way, Rod, who's that fella next to you on the screen? Yeah.
He just showed up, and I said, all right, I'll let him in, you know.
I think I just got jabbed. There. And Maranya said, if your meds permit, Rod, Delsum is the cough suppressant to get. It's the only one I can take. NyQuil actually makes my cough worse.
Yeah. I have to be mindful of which one. There's only a couple that I can take because of the various different situations and medications that I'm on. So they gave me one day before in the hospital. And man, I forgot just how bad cough syrup tastes.
It's nasty. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Ooh, man. Hey, Tempest from Mars is with us.
Hey, welcome, sir. He says, afternoon all, I turn up just as Doc is showing another comic I need. There we go.
Great to have you with us once again, Tempest. Hope everything's going well over there this afternoon for you. Eric Breen says, put your other face back on, Rod. Oh, there's not going to be any no breaks given here today.
Yeah, there's no let up in this crew, so you just have to brace yourself before you start.
That's it.
Ron just says, good morning to you from this side of the pond, TFM.
Colby and Michael Taylor is with us once again. Great to have you with us, Michael.
Welcome, Michael. Glad to see you, my friend.
He says, hey, Rod and Shannon, and hey to you. Hope your Saturday's going well. Always great to see you here.
Miranda says, hey there, Michael.
And the Jackson Rourke says, Michael.
And Michael saying hi to Miranda.
And Michael saying, hey to Jackson.
And Easy says, bravo, fellas, and thank you. Thank you, kind sir.
Yes.
We appreciate you.
He is too kind. He is too kind. Thank you for all you do, Mike. Appreciate it. The Jackson Rourke says, another winner, Easy. Without a doubt.
And ECR says, thank you, Jackson.
Comic book collecting Quest is with us. Hey, great to have you with us.
Well, good morning, Miranda. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to you as well, Josh.
Yes, good morning to you. Hope everything's going well. Miranda says good morning to CBCQ.
And Diabetic Superman's in the house. Welcome, sir.
Hey, DS, how you doing, man?
He's saying morning, everyone. Good morning to you, kind sir.
Good morning. Miranda says good morning to DS and Shadow.
And Michael says, very cool story, Miranda. I've never done this, but painting eggs must be fun.
I remember doing it real young as a kid, but we didn't do it a whole lot. We just got those plastic ones. It was just like, that was the big thing. Oh, we're going to, one buck, $2, and when you get a $5 one, you know, you get a little bit older, it got a little more, a $5 egg. Woo!
You guys were rich. I remember my favorite parts, other than being with family, was coloring the eggs. You know, you get the little egg coloring kits, and you get the little wire thing. You dip them in the color, you know. And then you know, sometimes we get colored pencils and draw little faces on them and all kinds of good stuff. So that was always fun. That and the food. And speaking of which, yesterday when I visited my folks, I guess that was kind of my Easter with them. But you know, it's just like one of those things. I was going to come up and help them with some yard work and this, that, and the other. And she thinks she's always got to cook, my mom. So what do you want? I said, it doesn't matter. I said, I'm just coming up to visit. You know, I'm not company. She said, well, you're company to me, you know. So she pulled out a big spread, man. She had spiral ham. She had chicken and dumplings and green beans and mashed potatoes and coleslaw and just the whole thing, desserts. And I was like, okay. And I tell them this every time I come up. I'm going to do something, you know, I'm going to help out with whatever you need. But she's like, but you don't want to eat first, right? I said, no, if I eat first, I'm going to be worthless because I know how much I'm going to eat. So we did a job, and then we came in, and I had like one plate, and then I stopped, and I did some more jobs, you know, but I had to pack a bunch of stuff up going home, you know, so I still got leftovers for today.
Going to be eating good today.
And Mariah says, Michael, we dyed them with food coloring and a touch of white vinegar and do designs on the eggs before dyeing and with a white acrylic crown. Yeah, there we go. That's what we did. Yeah.
Neat. Michael Taylor says, Shannon, you didn't stretch the hello far enough.
Everybody's a critic, man. I mean, you know, we're doing our best, you know, seeing in our present condition and our advanced age, you know, we are doing our best, but we'll try to do better next time, Michael.
We're working on it. We're working hard. The Jackson Royker says, okay, now I'm coughing. This virtual reality is getting too real, he says.
Right.
All right. Hey, look what's up there. You got the pause line. Thank you, Maranya. That means it's time to show some comics. What do you say? You got some books there you want to show?
Yeah, I got a few books I want to show.
All right. It's all
like I said, I was on Crazy Hungarian Joe's stream last night. Lots of great guys. Had Josh and Rob and Swag and Mike and a lot of good stuff. And Josh pulled out some books and he's like, there's a lot of cool detective comics. So, oh, detective comics. I don't think I've showed my detective comics, you know. So I said, you give me an idea. But I'm not going to show those first. So, but they're coming. So, how about some strange sports stories?
Oh, yeah.
Little 6-issue series. Got some, and I always like the reprints of the strange sports stories, like from Brave and Bold. You know, they're sort of like, you know, little funny sci-fi sports stories. So, and these were always cool to see in the house ads. I always loved these. So, there you got. Why did the Devil challenge a World Series team to a game of baseball, and why in the devil would he do that? Odd little man who always bowled a 300 perfect game. I want him on my team.
The devil went down to the ball field. He was looking for a ball.
Went down the ball field. He was looking for a base to steal.
There you go.
And then we got a better copy. And that's look, there's another one. I don't know. And here we have number 2. How did a dinosaur get to run in a modern day horse race? I don't know. And did a karate match start on Earth and shift to the moon? And who had to play a tennis game with a live grenade? These are things we absolutely must know.
Yes.
You must read it. So there's another one. Yeah, these are. I don't think these are too hard to find, are they, Ron?
No,
Yeah.
You can find those on
There's
eBay.
only 6 issues, and you can get these pretty much on the cheap unless you're going for really high grade stuff.
Yeah.
3. Love this era, Bronze Age, and the 20-cent covers, DC and Marvel, and everything else.
Yeah. Most of the times that I've seen them lately, they maybe like $5, a $5 bin or something like that.
Yeah. And here's number 4. Why did the fate of the world depend on a faceless team winning a basketball game? I remember this story well. It turned out it was like for the fate of the earth, and they found out that they were playing their own sons in the future. So that's a pretty cool story. I do remember that one. And I remember it so well I had to read it again. So
do they do are those all, is that series all new stories, or do they reprint some of the stuff from Brave and the Bold?
No, as far as I remember, I haven't read these in a while, but I think they were all new stories at the time, for 1973. And here we go. Strange Sports number 5, playing against Jason from Friday the 13th.
I remember. I have that one, I believe.
And this is a little bit shinier.
Pretty.
Pretty. And I remember seeing this one in the house ads. This is number 6. This is the last issue. The Monster in Hole 13. 18, sorry. 18. I guess I thought 13 because it was,
Whenever I see that cover, all I can think of is Rocky and Bullwinkle. Hey, Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat. Nothing up my sleeve, and he pulls something, alligator or something. But I think that every time I see that giant hand coming out of there, it's like,
That's pretty cool. Yeah. Hey, Rocky. Did you just snort?
I did. Excuse me.
He just snorted in the middle of my segment here, man.
Hey, if all I'm doing is snorting, you're doing good.
You're gone for a couple of weeks and come back and you got to deal with that crap.
If all I'm doing is snorting, I'm doing good.
Okay, we'll show some Detective Comics. I'm sure this is one of my childhood copies.
Oh, very nice.
Hey, look at the great ads, though. Action, fun, and play from G.I. Joe. And on the back, fight global air battles with planes of all nations. 116 planes, only $1.25.
Nice.
But yeah, this is around the era, I guess, when Batgirl. I remember reading this story in a reprint I got somewhere. But you got Barbara Gordon as Batgirl. This was around the time she came out. So good stuff there.
Yeah.
Don't know what number that is, but I'm sure somebody does. We got Detective 347, The Strange Death of Batman. And number 349, I really love this one because it's one of the few Joe Kubert covers you'll see on this title.
Oh, yep.
Blockbuster. I guess is that Blockbuster? Yeah, yep. It is. One of my favorite villains. And you can't really call him a villain, but I always liked him. I think he was part of the secret society of supervillains later on. And here's another favorite cover, again with Joe Kubert, number 350. I'm sure you've got this one.
Yep.
That go-go chick thing, whatever that is, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I liked it so much. And here we got Detective Comics number 351. Carmine Infantino and Murphy Anderson on the cover against the Clue Master. I always thought he had a cool costume. And here's another favorite, Detective number 356 with the Outsider. Poor Alfred, he's looked better, right?
Yeah, he has. Got a little skin condition going.
And here's another childhood copy, number 367. I'm sure a lot of these that I found at garage sales or yard sales, or probably the coverless ones, came from my cousins, because they always had stacked comics, and we didn't care if there was a cover on it. We didn't know, But,
no, just wanted to see the pictures and read.
Right. And there you go, boys, girls, men, and women sell Christmas cards, make big money. Don't you believe it?
It's a scam.
Another favorite cover, number 365. Another.
Oh yes.
Chicks.
I had that, sold it, got it back when I decided to go with the Go-Go Checks Quest. which was a long time ago, but I had a bunch of Batmans that I got rid of.
Nice. There's number 375.
Yeah,
I think this is the one of the first appearances of this Batmobile right here. If not the first one.
Yep. That's a good one. I like that.
And number 381. I'm sure this is a childhood copy. It's a little beat up,
Man, that's that's a Rexall drugstore special right there. I remember seeing that one at the Rexall. Like, why is he killing Robin?
Yeah. It's like I was one where you see Batman slapping Robin and all those memes.
Yeah.
Man, you're an abusive parent. And here we got detective number 390. Our fish is hooked. Now decking.
Great.
And here we go, number 395. Great Neil Adams cover.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. The Secret of the Waiting Graves. I remember this story. Great stuff.
Very nice.
And this is a favorite cover. It's number 398. The Poison Pin Puzzle.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. And number 399. Oh, look. Commissioner Gordon's dead and Batman's about to be.
Does not look good.
So much drama with this guy. I don't know. And, of course, this is a favorite. Detective Comics number 400. First appearance of Man-Bat. Neil Adams.
Another cool
date stamp on this one.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. 400 smash issue. And here's number 402. I believe I like this cover better. Another appearance of Man-Bat.
That's a nice one, too. Man.
Detective 403. I failed to save your life.
Oh.
You notice there's never a whole lot of covers back there that said, "Hey, I won. I beat the bad guy." Nobody died. I never see that. And I think I remember you saying this is one of your favorites too, number 404 with Enemy.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, baby.
And look at that. That is beautiful.
Yeah, it is. That
book. What else we got? We got more Man-Bat, number 407, the Bride of Man-Bat.
Oh, he's absconding with the missus.
There we go. Yeah, the honeymoon night's going to be kind of strange. Good luck. And here we go, number 409. This is why you're going to die, Batman.
It's the unknown soldier.
Yeah.
It's the unknown soldier.
It's the unknown soldier. And we got number 410. Stop, Batman. One more step, and this freak dies.
Yes, the kid with the seal body there.
Yeah, the seal body. And here's another good one. Detective Comics number 411. First appearance of Talia al Ghul. So this is a cool Batman key.
Yeah.
And this is probably one of my favorite covers here, number 413, with the Scarecrow. Looks like it could be a cover of House of Mystery or something.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And we're getting into the 25-cent Giants here. I like this one real well. The cover is just awesome. And number 414.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Got another great date stamp on it.
Nice.
And number 417. Look, somebody died again.
Again.
He just needs to change his name to Bubonic Plague Man or something.
Bad luck Batman.
Right. Here's another great cover. Another one of our favorite characters here.
Yeah.
Reaper.
Love that one.
And got another date stamp on top there. Look at that.
Holy cow.
And you got extra attractions. Batgirl in The Kingpin is Dead. I thought Kingpin was Marvel. And Sierra Smith in Case of the Terrified Tenderfoot. More bang for your buck.
Just love the creeper.
Oh, yeah. And number 419. Can you crack the strange mystery of the slaying statues of Batman?
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
And that one had that unique banner across the top there.
Yeah, that was different. And here we go. Number 420.
Oh, picture frame thing going on here.
Picture frame thing going on. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I just got this like maybe 3 or 4 years ago at a comic show in Tennessee. And the last one in this round, I always like this cover too. Number 422. This is no surprise to me, Barbara Garner. I always know you was Batgirl. All right, that's all for this round.
All righty. Bring us back together. Well, where's my... There we go. All right. We'll throw this up there. Thank you once again, Miranya, as always, for providing me with my starting point so I don't lose. You know how easy it is for me to lose my way. So thank you so much.
And Michael tells us, that must be fun. I think a good while back you mentioned your process of dyeing eggs. Nice. And Ron says, we also use those paws, I guess it's called, egg dyeing kits. They didn't work as well as old-fashioned food coloring and white vinegar, sadly, but the wire dippers in the kits helped a lot. Yeah, I was saying that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, I love the comic book covers that show the colored Easter eggs on them. Hint, hint. Sorry, unless it's in this stack here, I don't think I'll be showing any. And Sleepy Reader 666 in the house.
Hey, Damien.
He's up early. Says,
Yeah.
Hello, comic book fiends. Friends. Okay. Yeah, that works both ways. And Jack says, Sleepy. And Ron says, hey there, Damien and Millie. And Sleepy saying, JRK. And Miranya, hope all is well with you. And Jackson said, I bet if Shannon got rid of his doubles and triples, he'd be down to 7 long boxes. You're probably not wrong. There you go, getting Rod started again, man. No mercy on you today, man. And she says, doing well there. Thanks. Here.
Oh, man.
Michael tells us, if you read it, they will come.
Yes. Yes.
And lead paint's in the house. I'm sorry, hey, Greg.
How you doing, Greg?
He says, good morning, hello, everyone, and to you as well, sir. Glad to have you here.
Yes. Good morning. Good morning.
And Jackson says, LP. And Ron says, hello to you, lead paint. And Sleepy said, Jackson, if Shannon got rid of all his doubles and triples, the very fabric of reality would Yeah, I can't argue with that. I cannot argue with that, name. And Bronya says, fun fact, I'm lucky that my mom didn't use lead paint on my baby furniture. I used to chew on the crib rail and got the nickname of Beaver from my Uncle Tommy. Okay. And Michael tells us, Shannon, here's a snort. That sounds like a Dr. Seuss story. Like Shannon, here's a snort. Horton, here's a who, you know. All right, there he goes. By Dr. Seuss. Great minds think alike, man.
Oh, man.
And Michael says, you got it, Damien. Damon's having a laugh there.
Yeah. Oh,
and Comic Book Collecting Quest says, oh, man, great. Detective 400. Yeah, that's a cool book.
Yes, they a lot of those were awesome books.
Yeah. And Scotty says, I'm back for a snack. So tired. Got to recharge.
That's it.
And Damien says, that Adams era of Detective was just so incredible. Those covers bring it all back. Oh, yeah, I have to agree.
Yep.
Great stuff. And Scotty says, on that Batman cover, I see the Scarecrow, but where's Mrs. King? And Sleepy saying, hi, Scotty. And Ron says, maybe you should take a nap with the feline brigade at your house, Scotty. And he says, the cats don't want me to sleep. They want me to pet them and trip me. And Ron says, I voiced the creeper in some of the Justice League Wahaha era readings that we did on the Geeky Puppet Show a while back. That was fun.
Oh, I'll have to go back and try to find one because I'd love to hear your version of your rendition of the creeper's voice. I bet that was cool.
And Scotty says, how many comic shops are in that state? 10, I see.
Which state is he talking about?
I think it's a pun on Tennessee. 10, I see. Yeah.
I see. Okay.
And Scotty saying, howdy, Damien. And he says, why would you dye eggs? Is it so you can have green eggs and ham? Well, Dr. Seuss is prevalent today. And she says, you dye hard-boiled eggs for Easter, shells on. And Michael says, fantastic, Detective Shannon. I've been looking at some of them on eBay. I actually saw a double cover of that Enemy Ace issue. Oh, man. That's run some bucks.
Yeah.
And Scotty says, that doesn't sound delicious. I eat eggs with shells off. Okay. And Michael says, Mariah, I was wondering about how you dye eggs. Yeah. And she says, you peel them after dyeing, Scotty. Yeah, that's one of those things. I mean, they say, okay, if you do the Easter egg hunt, you come back with eggs. It's like, I kind of learned early on. I said, you don't want to eat those eggs because they've been out in the grass and it's warm outside and no telling how long those eggs have been cooked. So, no.
Oh, all right. Okay, we got the pause line. So that means time to show some more comics.
Show us some comics.
I got a few here. I just gotta move the 10 pounds of gold. We'll put that down here where it's safe and sound. All right. Well, I'm gonna stick with the DC theme because that's what's on top. So I had pulled these last week to show, but I didn't get a chance to get to them. And they're some showcase. My early showcases. So
nice.
And we're gonna start right off here with, there we go, number 27, and it's got that invisible cover variant. So that's the earliest one I have. And this is number 29 with the Sea Devil. This is a great cover. I love this cover. King Neptune. So, and then with number 30, we got the Aquaman and Aqualad start. So, and number 31. There we go. Here is number 32. Still only 10 cents.
Deal. Yeah, that's kind of hard to imagine the comic stayed 10 cents from like 1938 to like 1961.
Yeah. Incredible, isn't it? When you really think about it. Here is number 33. Inflation hasn't hit yet.
Right.
And then we start with, I can't even read what that number is. Well, let's see. This one was 33, so this has got to be 34. So, and you think I'd have this memorized. It's got one of my favorite characters in it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's on my list.
No.
Is that a facsimile of that one yet?
I haven't seen one that I can recall. Now, whether they did and I missed it, I can't speak to that. But
I'm trying to catch all the facsimiles, especially DC.
This is all the way from July 1961.
Nice.
Here we go with still 10 cents. Still 10 cents. Number 35.
Maybe if you snort real hard, it'll come out easier.
I'm not going to live that down, am I?
No, not for a while. No,
Not for a while. I'm sure if my son shows up today, he'll remind me as well, because he'll listen to the thing. Hey, yeah, how's the snort going? Oh, it's number 36.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen that one. That's great.
Oh man.
That's awesome that you have those.
And then here's another favorite, one of our favorite groups, me and you, the Metal Men with number 37.
Oh yeah.
Love the Metal Men.
And is that the first? No, that's not the first appearance, is it?
Let's see. This is number 36? Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I really wish they would make a Metal Men cartoon. They did. There's one that was done by DC. The DC, what do they call it? DC, it wasn't the DC Showcase stuff, but there was one that was done, and it was so poorly animated, man. It was just like, oh, get that out of here. Don't ever show that again.
Like back in the day, or was that recent or what?
Yeah, it was recent. It was in the, I want to say within the last, well, it was around, I believe, right around the time that Brave and the Bold was still on.
Okay, I got you.
And it was like a little short that they would do. They did these shorts.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. But it was just terribly done. It was just like, come on. Here's number 38. Great red cover.
Nice.
Here's number 39.
Very cool.
And number 40.
Gotta love the Metal Men.
And then we start with the Tommy Tomorrow of the Planeteers with number 41. Tommy Tomorrow.
That first appearance too?
That I do not know. It says a 2-part thriller featuring his origin at the West Point of space. He was a West Point cadet of space.
Cool. Yeah, I always liked that character. I think later on he showed up like in the issues of Action Comics, if I'm not mistaken, like as a backup.
Yeah. And this is number, whatever the next one is, 42. Yeah, 42.
Tommy Tomorrow, yeah.
It's Tommy Tomorrow.
Oh no.
All that, must be all that cough syrup I drank.
Yeah. Really good, folks.
Number 44. And with number 45, we kind of take a left turn right into Sergeant Rock.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
I always liked that logo with the red, white, and blue.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
It's just very, very cool.
That's a great cover, too.
And we're back to number 46. We're back to Tommy Tomorrow again.
Nice.
Tommy Tomorrow of the Planeteers. That sounds like it should have had like its own cereal or something, like not edible cereal, but
right,
movie cereal.
Or a cartoon anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, something. Something. Here's another one, number 47. With old Tommy. He had quite a few.
Nice.
Oh, quite a few adventures in here. And then number 48, we got Cave Carson Adventures Inside Earth.
Cave Carson.
And number 49.
Nice.
And Deja Vu.
There we go. Nice is nice.
And then we got number 50, right? Yeah, number 50 with I Spy. With my little eye.
Go. Yeah.
Boom. I Spy.
A duplicate copy.
There you go. See, you're not alone with that sickness, my friend. Here we go with number 51.
Yeah.
Or I Spy. And then Cave Carson makes a return in number 52.
There we go. Good old Cave.
And then with number 53, we've got G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe, the great American hero. Now, 54 I do not have. That's another G.I. Joe story. But then we jump to, we do jump, right? What is this? This is number 50. Yeah, 54 is G.I. Joe. And here's 55.
Oh, yeah.
I know this is one of you and mine's favorites.
Yeah. When I started getting back issues, that's one of the first ones I went to find.
Just very cool. That one and this one as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Psycho Pirate, baby.
Here we go. Our Man, Dr. Fate. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I like it. All right. How's that? We'll jump back in here together. There we go.
Yeah, that was great.
Oh, cool beans. And there we go. Ryan just got the pause line so I can figure out what I'm doing. Well, we got Michael Taylor saying, Shannon, if you eat those eggs, you may die.
That is absolutely the truth. That's why I didn't eat any.
There you go. Michael Taylor says, fantastic. Sea Devils 29. It's a show. Yep. Thank you so much, Michael. Appreciate that. Scotty says, Sea Devils is when you mix chicken of the sea with deviled ham. He also says you can get facsimiles digitally. They're called facsimiles.
That's terrible, Scotty.
Hey, we got Robert Harrison 2.0. How you doing, Robert?
Hey, Bobby, good to see you.
Hope everything's going well up north of the border this morning. He says, I'll give you $10 for the Adam Showcase, he says.
Yeah, I bet he would. So would
I. Scotty says, the metal men were cool until the mid-'80s when they were glam metal. So embarrassing. Scotty says, there was a web series of shorts with metal men. I don't think I've seen those. I'd have to look those up, but because the one I saw, I think was just one. I don't know if you remember, they did like 2 or 3 Doom Patrol ones too.
Oh yeah,
yeah, which was they were cool.
Yeah,
they were good, but the Metalman one that I saw, that was just terrible. It was worse than the. Did you see the Charlton one that they did with the Blue Beetle and Captain Atom and the Question and
no, I remember, either you or somebody else mentioned it. I still haven't. Is that like on a Blu-ray or was it just online or what?
You can find it right on YouTube. It's another DC short, you know, but it's not that good.
Yeah,
but I mean, for us, those who like Blue Beetle and those characters and stuff, we're like, okay, that's cool. It's cool to see him in animation form and stuff like. But when you really stop and look at the animation, it's just like that's horrible animation, man.
Yeah, there was a. I guess it was in the JSA animated feature. They had like a Commandy short. You seen that one?
Yes. Yes.
And it was okay, but I'm like you, it wasn't great. Just like they just kind of throwed it together, like But we'll take what we can get.
Yeah, I mean, because you look at like the one they did with like Jonah Hex, or the one they did with the Spectre.
That was a great one.
Yeah, those were very cool, and
those are pulled right from the comic books. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, do more of those.
Right.
Do more of those. I mean, they were like what, 20-minute cartoons?
Yeah.
Animated features. They were awesome. Do some more of those. I don't know why they can't, DC, with superheroes in both the animation and cinematic world and all that kind of stuff. It's like, I can't believe that DC has not done something where they showcase more of the heroes, not just like take one character or whatever and put it in. Do like a like they did in the 60s with the Filmation stuff. They had 3 Atom cartoons, 3 Flash, 3 Hawkman, 3 Green Lantern, and rotate them.
Yeah, they had Teen Titans on there. I remember that.
Yes. I just think I don't understand why they haven't taken advantage of that. So, Michael Taylor says, Shannon, I picked up the Detective Comics 31 facsimile. I could be wrong, but I think that's the first time they reprinted Detective 31 in a single issue form.
Oh, yeah. I think I got that coming. Yeah.
And Robert Harrison 2.0, he says, Shannon, did the wife know you collected comics when you first met?
She did. That was one of the first things I got out of the way. Said, listen, I've got my music, and my deep dark secret is I'm a comic book collector. She's like, okay, it's all good. And she has been totally supportive. Doesn't matter. About this. And then when I try to talk to her about comics, she'll sit there and nod her head and just she'll just kind of she'll put up with me. But I mean, there's never been a thing of like get rid of that junk, or she was always been totally supportive. So I'm gonna give her big props on that. We kind of we have great fun together, but it's always one of those things like she could do her thing. She does a lot of eBay stuff, and I can do my comic thing, and it's okay. So I'm gonna give big props to the wife on that stuff.
There you go, and well deserved. They're great enablers, aren't they?
Oh yeah. Yeah, she's actually bought me comics. I mean, I think I mentioned to her I was like trying to complete my Crusaders run, from the old Archie comics, and so she got on eBay and completed the series for me for one Christmas.
Oh wow!
Wow, she does love me.
Awesome. Maranya says the best Invisible cover variant would be on an early Fantastic Four cover. Oh, that would be cool to have one of those. Absolutely. Scotty says, wasn't Tommy Tomorrow a series at movie cinemas? It seems like it would lend itself to that type of, like the old Black Hawk serials and Shadow and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I can't believe there wouldn't be one. It just seems natural. Maranya says, good morning to Robert. And Michael Till says, those Tommy Tomorrows had a lot of very cool covers. Yes, I agree, Michael. Very much. Sleepy Rita, he says, showcases the heart of Silver Age DC coolness. Great collection, Rod. I'm drooling a little. Careful.
I've seen those books a few times, and I'm still drooling. Serious comic book envy. Yeah.
You got no reason to be envious of anything, man. The collection you've got, if anybody's envious, it's yours truly. The Jackson Roarkirk says, I recorded most, if not all, of the DC shorts that aired on Saturday mornings around 2012. I need to burn them to DVD someday. Some were good, some not.
Nice.
Oh, I agree, Jackson. I agree. Like I said, the Doom Patrol ones were good, but the Metal Men one that I saw was not. It just
Yeah,
was.
like I said, the best one that I saw was the Spectre one, and that was pulled directly from that Michael Fleischer and Jim Aparo run in Adventure Comics.
Yep. Yep. And they had a pretty nifty Phantom Stranger one that was pretty cool. They had the Green Arrow one that was good. There was just that Jonah Hex one. I really like that Jonah Hex one too.
Yeah,
that was just so cool. I just wish they would, don't be afraid to branch out a little bit and put a animated Jonah Hex movie.
Yeah, that's the thing with DC. I mean, their animated stuff is great, but it's either Superman, Batman, or a Justice League related. And I'm a Justice League and Superman and Batman guy. Don't get me wrong. But I mean,
Yep.
Let's see those B and C listers in there.
Yes. Give me some Metamorpho. Did you see the picture?
Yeah, I'm the one that said it.
Oh, and the thing I knew you sent one in there, but I was on the laptop
online. Okay,
yeah.
I sent it in the group text with you and Eric.
Yeah. What did you think?
Like pretty spot on.
Yeah, it looked pretty cool.
Yeah,
it looked pretty doggone cool. You only get to see the waist up, but I'm not sure what it looks like they got him in like cargo shorts or something like that.
I think it's probably going to be like what they got a lot of the Hawk Girl and Green Lantern, like those Justice League International, I guess, outfits. But I'm kind of thinking they're probably going to have him in long pants on the bottom.
Because I saw like a McFarlane action figure of him that's supposed to. It seemed like it was a new one. I don't even know if it's available yet. And he had on like these like cargo gym shorts or something like that. Not cargo, because cargo are the ones that puff out, but they were like I don't know, out there golfing or something. Shorts.
Yeah, I could probably live with that because the rest of them looks pretty spot on. So
yeah, I mean, from what I saw, that from the waist up, it all looked cool. So hopefully that's a good indicator.
Oh yeah. Yes.
No. The Jackson Rocker says there was a Sword of Adam series of shorts that I don't think was completed. Yes, that's right. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, I forgot about that too. Yeah, that would have been cool.
That was neat. Scotty says Captain Cave Carson. Robin Harrison says, good morning, Maranya. Mike Taylor says that Sergeant Rock title always reminded me of Captain America with those colors. Yeah, I just love that logo with the red, white, and blue. I just thought that was always a cool thing. Every once in a while, it would show up on Our Army at War,
Right.
And I always thought it looked cool. And Lead Paint says Cave Carson didn't fare too well in the latest Challengers of the Unknown mini. Oh, I haven't picked up
issue of that, but I need to get the rest of them.
Yeah, I haven't. I think I got the second issue. I don't even think I got the first issue yet.
Yeah, I started pre-ordering like new DC stuff, and I actually got a box coming in the mail today that kind of catches me up on the Absolute Batman and Justice League Unlimited and all that.
Yeah, I haven't made it to the comic shop in 2 weeks now.
But there's a storyline. It's called it's going through World's Finest and Justice League. I think it's called We Are Yesterday, and I think it leads into the new new history of the DC Universe series that Mark Waid is putting out.
Oh, I never even heard anything about that. A new history of the DC.
Yeah. Mark Waid's going to be writing it, and then I think like the guy that does the art for Justice League Unlimited and World's Finest, Dan Mora. I think he's doing a lot of the artwork in it. So yeah, I've pre-ordered a bunch of that stuff already.
Oh wow, cool! And now see, I gotta get my head out of the sand and get with it here. Scotty says, I've wanted those G.I. Joes since I first heard about them. I love the toys before a Real American Hero 1980s 1/18th scale figures. Yeah, I never got any of the small G. I don't know about you, but I never bought any of the small G.I. Joe ones. I never even got into the cartoon or anything like that from the 80s.
Yeah.
I was more, for me, G.I. Joes are the big guys, you know?
Right. Yeah, I never had any G.I. Joes when I was a kid. My cousins had them, and, I would always go to their house, and we'd play with them and all that kind of stuff, but I never was a G.I. Joe guy back then.
G.I. Joe, Captain Action, and Major Matt Mason, baby. Mike Till says, fantastic books, Rod. Well, thank you so much, Michael. Appreciate that. And V. Jackson Roy Kirk says, thanks for the showcase of Showcase, Doc. Well, thank you so much, Jackson. Scotty says, I remembered 2 to 3 on YouTube. I think he's talking about the Metalman ones. So, DC Nation. That's the name of it. DC Nation. You look up DC Nation, and there's a lot of different ones.
Right. I remember that now.
Yeah. Metalman. Will Magnus constructs the Metalman. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Scotty. I appreciate that. He says DC Nation. Yeah, Metalman. The 3 laws of robotic. Yeah. And that. Cool beans. Spider, hey, Paul, how you doing? Awesome.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah, great to have you with us. I got to see Paul at the comic show, hanging out there. It was good to see you. He says, hello, gentlemen. Good to see you in Concord, Doc. Yeah, it was good to see you, Paul. He says, I also got some Metalmen for the PC there. Cool beans. All right. Got to get some Metalmen for his personal collection. And Double A, hey, how you doing, August?
Welcome, sir.
He says, greetings, Rod, Shannon, and Lady M. Great to have you with us, Double A.
Absolutely, yeah.
Miranda says, good morning, Spider Paul, and greetings to you, August. And the Jackson Roykirk says, the Blue Beetle short was a showcase short that was purposely done in the animated style of the 60s Spider-Man cartoon. I agree. It was not that good. Yeah, you kind of get that feel that that's what it's supposed to be, but it's just too modern, digitized or something.
Yeah,
it was just cool to see them animated, but come on, guys. You're right, Jackson. Scotty says DC Nation Metalman Identity Full Crisis is 1 minute 16 seconds and put on YouTube 11 years ago. Wow, it doesn't seem like it's been that long. But
as far as anime stuff, I tell you one I really enjoy is that Justice League action segments they put on. It's like 15, 20 minutes, and those are done really well. They're kind of done like in the same sort of animation as Batman Brave and Bold, except a little bit more, I guess, cartoony style. But it's great because you get to see characters like Lobo and Space Cabbie in the same segment. It's just it's really cool stuff.
Yeah,
if you got the Max streaming service, you can watch them all on there.
Yeah, I really wish they would have brought. I wish they didn't get rid of stop. I wish they didn't stop doing Brave and the Bold as early as they did.
Yeah, that's great.
I really like that cartoon.
I went back and watched those again, so I've seen every episode like at least twice now or 3 times.
It was just so cool to see that we got our chance to see some of those characters in animation. It was just so much fun, man. It's just like, come on, give us more.
Give us more.
And Miranda says, disagree. The 1960s Grand Tray Spider-Man cartoon was leagues better than the stop animation cartoons, which animated panel art. Even Iron Man's version wasn't that good. Well, yeah, I mean, if you're comparing Spider-Man to the Marvel superheroes, yeah, Spider-Man definitely was head and shoulders above those other ones. But the Marvel superheroes are still they're just nostalgic,
Oh yeah.
Plus, they had those cool songs.
It's all about the tunes, huh?
Yeah. The Jackson Rourke says, I'm not dissing the Spider-Man cartoon, Lady M, but the DC Blue Beetle that mimicked it. That's right. Yeah. I don't have to explain him. He's explaining it. He knows. He'll explain it. Scotty says there are shorts on YouTube under DC Nation. There you go. And there are clips on YouTube from Brave and the Bold cartoon series. One of the best Batman cartoons ever. I agree, Scotty.
Agreed. Yeah.
I love that. That was awesome. August says, while you're at it, about the Metal Men, did you know there was a one issue that has an appearance by the Beatles? I think it was in only one panel.
Oh, nice.
I did not know that. Is it one of the showcase issues, you mean? Or is it one from their first series? Maybe?
Well, I'm sure you got them all, so you know.
I'd be curious to know more about that, Double A. And Spider Paul says, good morning to Maranya. Hey, the Gray Man's with us.
Welcome, Gray Man.
How you doing, Gray? Great to have you with us, sir. Hope everything's going well on your side of the pond today.
Absolutely.
He says, August, Beatles were big Metal Men fans. Cool beans. I did not know that. And Maranya says, hey there, Gray Man, Lady Lisa, and Papalina, pretty ballerina. Hey, I'm an ABBA fan from way back.
There you go.
Maranya says, so not a good homage style-wise. Gotcha, Jackson. There you go. Now we're all together. Michael Taylor says, very cool, Shannon. I'll take Detective Comics over a wedding ring. Excuse me.
Opinions vary, right?
That's it. And Scotty says, Sky High, the movie I watched last week reminds me a lot of A League of Substitute Heroes. The movie was released in 2006. I am not familiar with the movie. I don't know if you are.
Is that the one like where the kids had the superpowers? I think Kurt Russell might have been in it. I might be thinking of something totally different. I don't know. I remember hearing the name of the movie though.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with it at all. Double A says, Gray Man, I did not know that. Thanks. Mike Taylor says, over a wedding ring, better grammar, he says. Gray Man says, hi to Maranya. Mike Taylor says, hi to Double A. And Maranya says, Metal Man number 12 was the appearance, has the appearance by the Beatles in it. Okay.
Now you're going to be digging back through the boxes just so you can see that panel, huh?
Yeah. You know me too well.
I do.
And B. Jackson Roy Kirk says the shorts from 2012 that I'm referring to aired during the commercial breaks and were only about 20 seconds long and took multiple parts to complete. Nice. Yes. And he also says I'd post them to my channel if I didn't fear DC shutting me down. You don't need that kind of hassle. So we want you to hang out here in the peanut gallery every Saturday. So don't do that. And Maranya says, could you post them as being accessible only if you give someone the link to the video? Oh, okay. Yeah. You could do it that way. Probably. The Jackson Rocker says, I was thinking of that, Maranya. And Scotty says, the Brave and the Bold episode with Buona Beast made me want to read anything with BB in it. His power is so weird. Love the spider horse.
Yeah, I like that was one of those house ads that I got to have that book where it showed Buona Beast in the showcase.
Mm-hmm.
I got to have it. And then later on, I don't know if you read any of the Animal Man miniseries from the late 80s.
Yep.
The first storyline it was about Buona Beast. So it was really, really good.
Now, didn't they at some point introduce a new Buona Beast too?
Yeah, at the end of that. Yeah, I think he just called himself Freedom Beast or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, there was something. I remember it was just like, oh, I kind of just want to keep Buona Beast. B. Jackson Rourke says, DC Nation, that's it. Probably everything is there. Michael Taylor says, speaking of Spider-Man, the 67 cartoon was one of my favorite cartoons ever. I think I speak for all of us. I would agree with you. And it had a cool song. And Scotty says, wait, Beatles, Metal Men, is that how we got big bad Beetleborgs metallics in the 90s? That's
I have
hard.
no clue. Yeah, I'm lost on that one.
Scotty says Sky High had Kurt Russell,
Oh,
and
I was right. Yeah.
I got it confused with Zoom with Tim Allen when I picked it. Okay. And Michael Taylor says Shannon, meaning Detective 27. You know I'm kidding, of course.
Maybe I do, and maybe I don't.
Okay. All right. We got the boss line. Excuse me. Courtesy of Maranya once again. That means it's time to show some more comics. What do you say, partner?
Yeah, I can show some more stuff.
I thought you might be able to. Here you go. It's all you.
And since there's been so much talk about Metal Men, and I know you're fond of these too, this was like up on top of my display shelf here. I thought I'd show a little Metal Men goodness.
Yes.
The PVC.
Yours is in much better condition than mine is.
Oh, yeah, you got the one where the box was damaged, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, I hate that for you. Yep, this was got a great price on this, man, and it's almost like mint condition. These come out like when? 2001. So this is almost 25 years old, and so this is in great shape. Yeah, I love it, man. They got the classic look, and you even got Doc Magnus in there. So yeah, this is one of my favorites of those PVC sets.
I agree
Speaking
with
of collectibles, when I was at my mom and dad's yesterday, they told me about this, and they found a big box that had a lot of my son's old video game stuff in it. Had video game consoles and old instruction booklets from Nintendo and Super Nintendo. So he was like, "Hey, look at this!" And there's some stuff. I think my mom had got me this when I was a kid. I showed this on Joe's show last night. The ceramic Charlie Brown there.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah. This is probably from 50s or 60s. Rob, cheap comic collector, he actually had a Peanuts collectibles manual or book, a guide to Peanuts collectibles, and he was trying to look it up, but he didn't see it. So, but it looks like something made from the 50s or 60s because it's solid.
Sure.
It's pure ceramic. So,
yeah.
And a couple other things, and I've got like a whole set of these, but I don't think I had these. Remember the old comic strip BC?
Yes.
Yeah. See how the glasses are kind of look like something out of the Flintstones? There's the man eater.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got like a whole set of these on a shelf in the living room there. But I guess
how old are those?
I think these were Hardy's giveaways or premiums or whatever.
From what, the 70s? Late 70s?
They were, I think, like 80s maybe.
Were they in the 80s?
Yeah, this says 81.
Oh, okay.
On that one. So, but Peanuts and BC, those were my two all-time favorite comic strips. I got tons of books and all that stuff, but I thought it was kind of a cool little thing. I said, I forgot she'd even got me that stuff, so it's kind of cool to find that. All right, how about some more Detective Comics?
Woohoo!
Here we go. Number 425 with a great Bernie Wrightson cover.
Nice.
First 20 center. And number 426. All new stories, best in comics. That much is true. And here we have number 427.
Very nice.
And we have that famous backup feature, the Master Crime File of Jason Bard. Number 428. We got a Hawkman backup feature. There's one for Higgy.
Very nice.
And we've got a cool Man Bat cover. That's 429.
Mm.
And another 429. Number 429. 429. And here we have number 430. This kind of looks like a Jim Aparo cover.
Ah.
Don't know if it is or not. And another number 430. This is a cool cover. Mike Kaluta, number 431.
Oh, yep. Stop.
Thrilling Mystery Tales. Another number 431. Let's see here. We have 432. Hey, look here. We got an Adam backup feature.
I just want to say I love the fact that even you don't know why you have multiple copies sometimes.
See, that's before I became, halfway organized and stuff was like, because you remember years ago on YouTube, I did like the before and after video. I was going through here and like comics were stacked in piles behind me and all over the place.
Yeah.
I could barely make a path through here before I built the shelves and everything. And then I did the after. Yeah. So this, I was like, okay, I just like, oh, that's cool. I don't think I have that one. Well, I had that one. So.
It's awesome.
And here we have detective number 433.
Oh, that's a neat cover too.
Yeah. Like I was saying, number 434, more Hawkman. Did I send you that list that I made like of all the DC 20-cent covers? Did I send you that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I think I have it over here somewhere. I have to send you, but that's another one of my collecting goals. We were talking about that yesterday or day before.
Right.
Number 435.
The list of rabbit holes.
The list, yeah, exactly. 436, and in this issue, Elongated Man.
Wow.
Nick Carty cover. And we got one of my favorites here with the Jim Apparel cover number 437. And it's also the beginning of the Archie Goodwin and Walt Simonson Manhunter.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What number is that?
437.
437. Oh, come on. Where's my pencil?
And for some reason, another one. I don't know. All right. Now we're getting into the good stuff. Detective 438. 100 pager.
Oh, okay.
Love this one. Look at all these cool backup features. I mean, I would get it just for the backup features.
Yep.
Because you got more Manhunter, you got Hawkman, Robin, Adam, Green Lantern. And for some reason, hey, I already explained all that, right?
And I really like that Manhunter thing. That's why I didn't know he was in the one before that. I was thinking it was started with the 100 pagers.
Yeah, 437 was the first Manhunter.
Yeah, so I gotta hunt that one down. But reading that in those books, I really got like that character, Paul Kirk. Yeah,
it was great. This is one of my favorites out of this Detective 100-pager run, number 439. Looks like might be a Neil Adams cover, either him or Dick Giordano, Night of the Stalker. And this is I'll pull this up because I think there's no dialogue whatsoever by Batman in this story. And the plot and pencils by Sal Amendola and Dick Giordano inks, but just you go all the way through this, and there's like no dialogue from Batman at all. And he's like trying to catch these crooks, and he's going through the trauma of his parents getting killed all over again. It's just a great, great story. I would highly recommend it just for that story. And then you kind of see him at the end, kind of shedding a few tears over his parents.
Yeah.
Awesome story. Got some great Golden Age Hawkman. Like I say, Manhunter. Got the Atom, Kid Eternity. I thought that was cool. Over here, Dr. Fate. Yeah. So, yeah, it's really one of my favorite books.
And you get this. I mean, we've said it many times that that was our gateway to learning about some of the Golden Age characters.
Oh yeah, it was a DC history lesson,
Yeah.
So that made it like doubly good for me.
Yeah, so I just loved it. I never knew who Kid Eternity was, and so it was great.
I didn't even. That was probably the first time I'd ever heard of the character, so that was pretty cool. Here we got Detective 440 and more of the same. Got a great back story. Look at this. Got Doll Man and Golden Age Green Lantern down there. Plus a Simon and Kirby sensation from comics Golden Age. I'm not even sure what that was. Here's number 441. Look at this. We got Batman and Robin in the lead story. You got Ibis the Invincible, the Spider, Manhunter, Eclipso, and Plastic Man. Golden Age Plastic Man.
It's just great.
Yeah, even if you just got like a ratty copy, for a few bucks, I mean, it'd be worth it just to read the backup stuff.
It was just a great time for comics right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Another great Jim Aparo cover, number 442.
That's a good one right there too.
Yeah, I love that cover.
Mm.
Got the Guardian, Hawkman, Robin.
Yes.
And this is this looks like an original copy here, number 443. At the end of this,
there we go.
Yeah, Batman and Manhunter teamed up. And you got Creeper in this one, Spectre.
Yes.
All of our favorites in here, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, naturally, I had to get a better copy, Man, it is extremely hard to find these things where the spine is not crinkled up. And this one's in pretty nice shape.
That is in good shape. Wow.
And believe it or not, this, like I say, when I started out, it was getting towards the end of the 100 pages when I really got into comics. So when I found out there were mail order dealers, that's when I went back and got all the others. But this is probably like the first detective 100 pager I picked up.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Bat Murderer, that was a good story. It was Talia al Ghul. Got more great stuff. Roy Raymond, TV detective. Remember him?
Yep.
Star Hawkins.
From that book.
Yeah. Kid Eternity. Yep.
Yeah. That's like we said. That's where we learned a lot of that.
There's another copy.
Then they did like a reverse cover or reversal of that cover a couple issues down, right? It was a regular issue.
Yeah, I think that's coming up just in a little bit.
Yeah.
I think this is my original I bought. It's a little bit worn. 445.
Nice.
But you got more Star Hawkins, Dr. Midnight. Look at that. Elongated Man. More history. Yeah, this is a little bit better shape.
Just awesome stuff.
Last 100 pager Detective Comics there. Here's number 446. Yeah, this broke my heart when it went to the 100 pager stopped. But still, once you get invested in the character and the series, you just keep buying it, Yeah, there's another copy of that one. And I know this is probably one of your favorite covers of this run. 447.
Of course, baby.
Big Fernando on the Creeper. Yeah.
That's it.
That's a good story. It was so good. And here's when you're talking about Detective 448.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah. Great Jim Aparo art.
Yeah.
Oh, and it happened again. So here's the
Double your pleasure.
Yeah. Here we go, number 449. Ernie Chan cover. Elongated Man in the backup. Batman on horse, foreshadowing Return of the Dark Knight.
He rode a white horse, and he sat on
a white horse. Yeah.
He
rode it again. This was my. Let's see. I got a couple copies of this one. I think I got my original still. Yeah. Here's my original of 450. I think this is a Giorgiano cut, and I think it's Walt Simonson on the art.
Oh, wow. I don't know as I've seen that cover. I must have seen it, but I don't remember that.
I'm pretty sure this is Walt Simonson on the art in this one. Yeah, this has been well loved. Yeah, Walt Simonson. Elliot Magan did the script. Yep. Cape and Cow Death Trap. Yeah, I love the art in this one. And it's just so good.
Wow.
There he is doing the Playboy. Doing the Playboy. Yeah, it's just that's a classic panel right there.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Just fun stuff, man. Awesome.
I liked it so much. And then I wanted a really high grade copy, so I got this from Metropolis Comics. This is a 9.0.
Very nice.
Oh look, there's another one. And this is a great story and a great cover. 451.
Yeah.
Night of the Batman. Yeah.
Remember that one.
And 452 with the Ernie Chan cover. Got a Hawkman backup in this one.
Nice.
And we'll call that around.
All righty. Get us back together here. And I'll find that pause line right there. How we go. Thank you once again, Maranya. As always, keeping me in line here. Appreciate it. All righty. And we'll start right off. There you go.
And Jackson Roy Kirk says, I want more comics. And Double A says, thank you, Michael Taylor. How have you been? And he says, good, thanks. And you, Double A? And Double A says, going good, Michael. Michael says, Shannon, I saw that Metal Man PVC set when you showed it in one of your old videos. Yeah, I don't have all the PVC sets. There's probably a couple that I don't know if I'll get or not that had, I think there's like a Dark Knight Returns set, from that series. And there's a few others. Not sure. Not missing many of them, but yeah.
I was gonna say you got to have close to all of them with the
I got most of them. I took them out of the box and put them on the shelf. So
yeah, very cool though.
And Double A says, nice Detective Comics. Didn't Jason Bard team up with Man-Bat in one issue? He might have. I can't remember, August.
Hmm.
And Michael says, very cool. Charlie Brown. One of my favorite Peanuts items growing up was the Snoopy powered toothbrush. The brush would be attached to his mouth, and you would take him off his house, and then you would put. Okay, was that the end of it, or?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch up with you as you were reading.
Okay. Jack says, one of these days I'd like to show you how he built those shelves.
Hold on here.
Plus, it's just some, basically just some 1x stuff, like 1x12s, and put brackets and wood screws. That's pretty much it.
Right. All right. Here's the one from Michael, and he says, you would put, and then there we go.
Okay. Put him back on the house. Jambo showed a comic with that Snoopy powered toothbrush. I need to find that comic. Yeah, I remember there was like tons of Peanut stuff. I used to have a Snoopy watch when I was a kid. I was about 10 or 11 years old. Yeah, I wish I still had that.
Yeah, I bet.
And Double A says, never had those McDonald's glass cups, but had the Happy Meal figures of Plastic Man and Green Arrow. Nice.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Iggy Pop's in the house. Hey, buddy, how's it going? He says,
hey, great to have you with us, man.
Yeah, good deal. And Jackson says, Higgy. Michael says, I'm sure that's more than you want to know about a toothbrush. Hey, there might be inquiring minds. You never know, Michael.
That's right. We were not going to give you the brush off.
No.
But good night, folks. Thanks for coming here all week.
And Higgy saying, hey, Jackson. And Double A says Shannon's tech issue had Dollman replay. Favorite scene is where Dollman got almost swept into the sewer. First time I saw the yeah, I remember that panel. Yeah, good stuff. And Ron says Higgy Pop. How are you and Hawk Dog and Hawk Woman doing this Easter weekend? We do want to know.
Yes, cool, babe.
And Michael says I saw a double cover of that Detective 447 on eBay as well. Yeah, those things are rare. I think I have like one or two double covers in my collection. And I think one of them is like a Batman annual.
I don't think I've even got one.
Yeah.
Just something I never run into ever.
I mean, I didn't ever go out looking for one. It just
Right.
I bought the book and it happens. Oh, look, it's a double cover, you know. And Michael saying great book, Shannon. Thank you, kind sir.
Yes, indeed. Some wonderful books right there.
And Lead Paint says Shannon trying to manipulate the market on that Detective 450. Speculators beware.
That's it, you know.
Michael says good one, Rod.
Thank you, Michael. Oh, and I think that catches us up with the peanut gallery for that round.
Nice.
Oh, cool beans. Oh, man. Oh, man. All right. We'll show some more comics. What time is it? We got, it's only 10 minutes off. We're ahead of schedule for us.
How about that? Yeah.
Like that. All right. Let's see. What do I want to show here? I think we'll go with some Marvel stuff. How about that? Yes, that's what we'll do. And I found a early or a late rather Christmas present. I, hid in my own drawer. So I'll show that here at the end. So this is what I got. Thank you very much, Maranya, for the pause line. Appreciate it. And before I get there, Michael Taylor, he says, Shannon's breathing the market. Too funny. All right. Thank you, Maranya and Michael. All right. So let's see what we got here. We got some oddball stuff. We'll start off. I was, trying to consolidate some boxes so I can come across just a bunch of odds and ends and stuff like that, and some westerns. So that's what we're going to show. Here's Marvel Super Action, 35-cent Bronze Age reprint.
There we go.
So just one of those odd and end things. And then here's a 50-cent square bound by Marvel, giant size Kid Colt with the Knight Rider.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a nice one. Gil Kane on the membrane there.
Who?
Gil Kane in the membrane there. Yeah.
That guy.
That guy.
Gil Kane, Gil Kane, the man, the myth, the legend. He drew the heroes we all know, and too soon he had to go. Now he's revered by any other name.
There we go.
That's right, old Gil Kane. So little pause for the tribute to the man. We got king size special, a 25-cent square bound of the Rawhide Kid.
Oh, yeah.
Just fun stuff. It's like Christmas sometimes when I open up one of these boxes around here. It's like, oh, that's where that went.
Believe me, I understand, yeah.
And here we go with this is what I'm bringing, I think, next year when if I have the ability to go to that comic show again and Jim Steranko is there again. This is what I'm bringing for him to sign.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Just awesome stuff. Text us at Gunslinger. And then they just didn't want you to know who he was, so they just changed his name to Gunslinger with issue number 2.
Gunslinger, yeah. Too much copy on the front cover, I guess.
That's it. Couldn't fit it in. And then here's one of those oddball things too. I'm sure you probably have this one in the old collection as well. It's a Western team up.
I keep thinking I've got that. Didn't last long, did it?
I think it's just this one.
This one, I may or may not have that one.
Yeah, I think it's just one issue.
God, you going to make me dig through these boxes today? Jesus, come on, Rod.
Hey, if I'm going to be digging this afternoon, I don't want to be alone.
Okay, well, we'll suffer together then, I guess.
There you go. Oh, somewhere in the middle here, we got this little gold key gem.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Love that show.
The man, James West, baby.
I always loved it, like at the right before they go to the commercial, whatever scene was going on, they would kind of freeze frame it and it would turn into like a comic book looking thing. Yes. You know, where they freeze all the panels. Yeah.
Yes. This is issue number 5.
Nice.
So, but yeah, there was I've said it before. Everybody's probably sick of hearing me say it, but there were three important men in our neighborhood back in the mid to late 60s. Captain James T. Kirk. There was Commander Troy from the Rat Patrol. Yep. And there was James T. West, baby. Oh, all right. Then we got some more Westerns here with the Ghost Rider.
Nice. Yeah, I always like the commercials that actor did later on with the batteries. Knock this battery off my shoulder.
Robert Conrad. Yeah, man. He was, I guess he was a pretty legit tough guy, too. He did a lot of his own stunts for that show.
Yeah, Wild Wild West and Black Sheep Squadron, man, 2 of my favorite shows he was ever in.
Yep. There's number 2.
Tarantula. Yeah. How many characters were named Tarantula?
I know, really. Here we go. Number 3. Cougar's Circus of Fear.
Yeah, those are nice.
Number 4. Oh, here we go. And men shall call him Stingray. And the Tarantula strikes back with number 5.
Yeah, I love those old Westerns.
Here's number 6. And the final issue of this short little run, number 7.
That's a good cover.
And to put the nail in that one, here's this right here. This is Ghost Rider number 9 from 52.
Nice. What company published that?
I think it was Magazine Enterprises.
ME, yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I always wanted to get one of those, an original book of that characters, just to see how he was written, what he looked like, and what his adventures was like, and stuff like that. And I got this, I think it was last year or the year before, finally was able to find one that I could afford, because it's got a little piece missing here, but that's all right.
That doesn't matter, does it?
No, it did not one bit, man.
collector.
I could still pull that trigger just as quick. Boom.
Yeah.
We got Texas Rangers, number 74. I'm looking to see if I could see a name on the cover, but I don't see one. But whoever did the coloring on this print was not the greatest. It was off by a little bit.
Oh, just a little bit off, yeah. It looked a little bit busy there, yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Let's see. This is what I talked about. I found a late Christmas present that I hid on myself.
Oh, okay.
And it's a hardcover book, Hulk, the first 60 years.
Oh, nice.
I forgot all about this.
Very cool.
Totally forgot it all about it. Coming through.
The classic pose.
Yeah. And that is cool.
Oh, yeah. Alex Ross.
I believe so, yeah. That is just wicked.
Yeah, I loved all those covers he did on the Mortal Hulk series.
I just can't imagine having that kind of talent at my disposal.
Yeah.
To draw, paint, or create whatever I want to.
Right.
Whatever I want to. I mean, that's just phenomenal to see something like that.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Let's see. I wanted to see if there was the same picture on the back, but that's just incredible stuff. This is pretty cool, actually. When I looked through it, I mean, they got stuff. All the logos, of the Hulk. I mean, 60 years of the Incredible Hulk logos.
Yeah, I already see my favorite. It's on the left there. The second one from the top, where he had like all the letters like bricks. Yeah, right there. That's my favorite.
I'm with you there because that's what I grew up on.
Yeah,
right there. How I first saw the Hulk's title was. It was like solid concrete blocks, right. Whatever, But it's just weird things like that. That's another Alex Ross.
Oh yeah.
They went right up to date with the Immortal Hulk series.
Right.
So I mean, I'm really looking forward to sitting down and reading this. Just a lot of, and they talk about the magazine from the 70s.
Oh yeah, I love the magazine too. I need to complete it.
No, I still need at least a dozen issues, I think.
Yeah. So,
but it's just so much fun stuff. And they break it down by years. Oh, like the 70s. It was the 70s. I liked that version as well of Hulk. Yeah. I think that's Sal, right? Yeah. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if I can see, but I'm pretty sure that's Sal's. And I must have drawn that style of Hulk a million times.
Yeah. Yeah, my two favorite Hulk artists were Buscema and Herb Trimpe.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we got the early stuff.
Yeah.
And the original Hulk, the fuzzy Hulk.
Right.
What was his name? What's his name? Zemnu or something like that? Zemnu the Titan.
Yeah. Zemnu the Titan.
There you go.
Yeah.
Zemnu the Titan. So, I mean, this was just a neat little, it was a fun little discovery, literally, this morning.
It's very cool.
So that was pretty cute. Pretty cute. All right. What else do I want to show here? I got, last week I talked about a little bit about Big Bang, the Big Bang comics.
Yeah.
So I showed a couple of those. I just found some more So there's this one here, which I believe is an edition, a second copy, but it's got their version of the go-go checks.
Oh, that's nice.
So like that. And here is their version of the Justice League. They call it the Round Table of America.
Oh yeah, yeah. I need to get those. I have maybe one or two, but I love that they did that homage to like the old Silver and Bronze Age.
Yeah. And here is their version of Batman called the Night Watchman. Here's Night Watchman number 1.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah. Done in the Image style, which is, it's done by Image, so why not?
Right.
And this is issue number 2. And this is kind of like done with the style of, what was it? The Dark Knight.
Yeah. Frank Miller. Yeah.
There you go. Frank Miller. I could not think of the artist, man. So that was pretty cool. Found those this morning. And I also found these, which I was missing. I think yeah. And it's Justice Leagues. Some of my early Justice Leagues. This is like Justice League number 13.
Nice. Yeah, I'm still about 5 issues shy of having them all.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think it's 1, 2, and 5.
Yeah,
I think that's what I need. I'll probably never ever get them. Maybe I could pick up a rough copy of number 5, but that's about as close as I'll ever get to finishing that. But here is number 9. Number 9.
Yeah, that's one that I really want. That's like the origin, or one of the origins. Let's put it that way.
Right. And here is number 14.
Oh yeah, first Adam joins. Yeah.
Yeah.
That actually gets a sequel in Justice League 200. The Appalachians or whatever it is, the meteors. Yeah, those characters in that number 9 come back in the 200th issue.
Oh my gosh. You got a much better memory than I got.
I read that series a lot, so it's
here is memory
by attrition. It's memory by attrition, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, there's number 37.
Oh yeah, I love that one just because they got Mr. Terrific in it.
Yeah. It was one of those. It was one of those characters that we didn't get to see a whole lot of, and then when we saw him, by the time we saw him, that's when they killed him off.
They killed him off, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, now we get to see the updated version in Superman. So glad of that, anyway.
Yeah. And I love this. Number 70.
Oh yeah. I think I drew a picture of that creeper in one of my sketch pads when I was a kid.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Neil Adams.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, there's just so much for me. There's so much nostalgia with this book because number 1, Neil Adams. Number 2, I first saw this book, and you've heard me tell the story about when my grandmother got a bunch of comics, my uncle's comic book collection, and they said, well, if you want them, you can take them. Well, this was one of the ones that I did take because I loved the creeper and Neil Adams artwork. So this isn't that book. That book is actually long gone from my collection, but it just holds so many memories for me. So that's always a cool book whenever I find it, come across it. Here we go with number 69. This is Green Arrow. You've been charged with murder, and you are guilty.
You must leave.
I thought they were just, giving him a hard time about his clothing.
Yeah, the cool thing about that is that's the Emma Peel era of Wonder Woman. You can see her; she's not in her costume.
Sure. Whoop, right over here. Here she is. Yeah. And here is number 68, The Chaos Maker. This is just a wacky cover right here.
Yeah, I love that one. That was one of my back issue catalog buys, from the mail. Yeah.
And number 65.
Yeah, I think around that time in Justice League, I think the Martian Manhunter and Wonder Woman both left for a while.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure Martian Manhunter left like at 70, I think.
71, 70 or 71. And then like 4 issues later, the Black Canary joined.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah.
Because it was soon after that I actually bought like my first Justice League, I think.
Yeah.
And it was just like I really liked the Martian Manhunter character. And then when it's like, where's he gone? Where'd he go? You know? And it took me a long time to finally get that book. Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
And then this is number 64.
Yeah. Oh, there's my guy, Red Tornado.
Cool beans. All right. I think that's going to do it for that round. Let's see. Bring us back together here. And let's see if I can find my way back to the starting line. There we go. Cool beans. I don't know if you got to see this before. Mike Taylor.
Yeah. That's a good way to put that, Michael. That's what unbeknownst to me until I go through these stacks, that's exactly what I was doing apparently. So
I got a kick out of that. I said, I got to make sure you see that when we get back. Michael also says, he says, Rod, the Kane signal is in the sky. Yes, it was. You are correct, Michael.
Nice.
Scotty says, I'm back and cleaning is like Christmas. I keep finding great stuff in boxes I forgot about. I love when that happens and this stuff behind me. Mike Thill says, Rod, good touch on the Kane. Wink in his eye. There you go. Good eye on by you to see that. Eric, hey, how you doing, Eric?
Eric, how's it going, buddy?
He says, hey, everyone, better late than never. I will watch what I missed on the rewind.
Yeah.
Oh, cool beans, cool beans. Great to have you with us.
Yeah.
B. Jackson Rourke saying, hey to Eric. And Double A says, now that you shown all those Westerns, Rod, did you ever see the TV series called The Plainsman, an Indian lawman starring Michael and Sarah? I did not see the actual show, but I did see the pilot episode. It was part of the Rifleman. It was on a Rifleman episode. That I saw that. Yes. So yeah, Michael and Sarah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. I remember hearing about it and seeing the name, but I never did get to watch it. Of course, Michael and Sarah, he was the husband of Barbara Eden for a long time, of I Dream of Jeannie fame.
Talk about winning the lottery.
Wow. Yeah.
Marrying up, baby.
Yeah. They get that theme song in my head.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll get thrown off of YouTube just for that.
Yeah, really. Oh, Maranya says, hey there, Eric, Ozzy, Harry, Annalie, and Martin. You got them all in there. Too bad I couldn't talk, right? Mike Taylor says, speaking of Robert Conrad, I vaguely remember meeting him growing up. I shook his hand, if I remember correctly. It was as hard as a rock. I believe that to be the case.
Yeah.
He was a legit tough guy.
Yeah.
Higgy Pop, he says, Alex Ross is amazing. I humbly agree, sir.
Exactly. Yeah.
Eric K says, hi, Jackson and Lady M. And Werewolf by Lunchtime. Hey, how you doing, Werewolf?
Werewolf.
Great to have you with us once again, my friend. He says, sorry I'm late. I was hungry by dinner time. Gotcha. Oh, Michael Taylor says, how old are you, werewolf? And the Jackson Roykirk says, Hobbs. Werewolf says, Jackson. And Werewolf also says, full Michael, how are you? Rania says, hey there, Werewolf. Is Rico keeping you in line? And the Jackson Roykirk says, what was that? Rod was there for, I'm sorry. What was that? Rod was there for the Big Bang. That checks out. The go-go checks, you mean? Or
Big Bang, the start of the universe. Yeah, those meds are kicking in, huh, buddy?
Yeah. Oh man. I'm sorry, Jackson. My brain was not going to wrap my head around that. Whatever you was trying to point out to me, and I could not grasp it, my friend. Oh man. Michael Taylor says, good, thanks. You're full at the moon. And Maranya says, as a Hulk fan, you would have cried at how he looked in Fantastic Four 26, which we read last night on the Giggy Puppet Show. Yikes. Doesn't even begin to cover it. Yeah, that was is that the one where his head was like way out of proportion? If I remember correctly. Oh man. Cool beans. Read it on the Geeky Puppet Show. I'll have to hunt that episode down. Cool. And Werewolf by Lunchtime says he's been sleeping on the couch for the last 2 hours, Maranya, dreaming of breakfast by lunchtime. Maranya says, of course Rico is. Those horizontal life pauses were merely to recharge before the late night zoomies.
There you go.
That's funny because I didn't think anybody else called that midnight activity by the cats zoomies. My wife calls that night. That's the first time I'd ever heard it, but you're the second one, Maranya, so that's pretty cool. Werewolf says he spent an hour doing zoomies, and Maranya, now he's having an hour dreaming of a full bowl. There we go. The Jackson Roykirk says, you call yourself Green Lantern with those red boots and gloves? You're fired. No, I should do it like McMahon, right? You're fired. August says, the creeper that you showed, he was known for his distinctive laugh. But what was it? Excuse me. Wasn't his laughter different than that of the shadows? I believe so. He was more like the Joker, right?
Yeah.
More like the Joker laugh.
Yeah.
Michael Taylor says, Rod, speaking of Mr. Terrific, he says, terrific books, Rod. Werewolf says, I have the Squirrels with mini skirts, issue number 4, the rare hamster in sweaters variant. If you are interested, Shannon, hey.
Well, hey, if only if you have a duplicate, man. Only if you have a duplicate.
2. I need 2. Oh man, and that catches us up. Let's see, it's about 20 past. Oh. You want time for a lightning round, or
let's see what I can find here. How about let's see.
Excuse me.
How about some romance comics real quick?
I always got time for some romance.
Okay, we'll kind of flip through these real quick. Girls Romance is number 113.
Ooh.
Number 156. There's always girls crying on these covers. What's that about anyway?
What is going on in that world?
And somebody's cheating on somebody else. Number 151, Secret Hearts. Number 152, Secret Hearts. I always like the little heart logo with the DC thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Falling in Love 117. There's Mom snooping around again.
Uh-oh.
She needs to mind her own business.
Yeah.
And here's a famous cover, Falling in Love number 1. I can't even tell what the number is. Anyone, it's the one with the car. And number 122, Falling in Love. And first 20 center looks like, or one of the first 20 centers, 134. Oh, Rick, because of me, you're a star and I'm the loser. I've lost you. Yeah, I'm a musician. This image is false. Young Love, 86.
Nice.
88, only 25 cents. Bigger and better. That's not what she said. Young Love 91. And I do believe this is a Don Heck cover.
Don Heck?
Don Heck, yep.
Wow.
And Young Love 99. 102. In big bold letters.
Yeah. It's like one of those things. Find the 5 differences between the pictures.
Right. 104. Yeah, I don't think that relationship's going to work out either.
Oh, none of this, none of that.
Yeah. Number 105.
Very cool.
106. I like it when they changed the logo. The Daughter of Women's Lib. Yeah, what was funny is like men were writing these stories and they didn't probably have a clue.
Yeah.
And we got some more 100 pagers. Here we go. 107.
There you go. I knew you were going to get to them. You cool beans.
108. Remember seeing this one in the house ads?
I think that's a hard one to get, if I'm not mistaken, the yellow one.
9.
Yeah. Well, I think there's also a white one.
Yeah. 110. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's 110. You're right. Exactly.
111. Yeah, we don't have to dwell on these too much because I don't think there's any recurring characters. I mean, they're the same kind of characters in every story, but you know. Number 112. I like the colors on this one. 113. The Kiss Test. How many Kiss songs do you know?
Love Gun, Destroyer, and
Yeah. And the last 100 pager in this title, number 114, Young Love. And there we go.
Oh, cool beans. Great stuff. Great stuff. All right. There's the pause line we got right there. So there you go.
Yeah. And Scotty says, Cootie Comics, Grody. Okay. And Jackson Works says, love.
Oh.
And Scotty says he was showing romance comics on Medrock's channel a few weeks ago and did a giveaway.
Oh, cool beans. He's got a great thing he's doing right now that he's trying to get all the issues of Marvel's, all the Marvel comics that had
the value stamps.
Marvel stamps. Yeah. Cool beans. So if you get a chance, check out his latest video. And he's looking to the community for a little help, and he's not looking for freebies. He's got stuff to trade and offer in return for anybody who helps him out with the books and stuff, or just if you got some spare copies and you're looking to unload them, check out his video because you may be able to help him out. So definitely check him out.
And Michael Tubbs says, very cool Falling in Love car cover. Yeah. And Yeah, 121. Yeah, that mine was kind of war on there. I thought it was 121. Yeah, thanks, Marania. Yeah, Michael's reiterating that fact. Jackson Worker, men not having a clue about romance, that can't be true, right, ladies? And World says, Rod, have you been vaping comic book smell again? That'll make you cough.
Oh, I wish that was the case because I could just stop that and the coughing would stop. But this coughing ain't ever stopping, I don't think.
Yeah. And Michael Tell says, Marania, thank you. And Scotty says, rock and roll all night. God gave rock and roll to you. We're still in the kiss thing here.
There you go.
And Scotty says, I think YouTube is eating my comments. I don't know why.
Oh.
And Double A says, never bought any of those romance comics. The only time I liked the love story is when Spock got emotional from exposure to alien spores. I remember that episode. Rare to see Spock happy.
Yep. Whoops. There we go.
And Michael says, I was whipping my eyes while looking at those very cool romance books. I think he probably meant wiping. Okay.
I think so, yeah.
Ron says, sometimes mine show blank to me on the screen, but they come out fine for Rod to put up on the big screen. That's weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
Kind of Twilight Zone-y going on there. Yeah, it says the archive comment didn't show for them, and the video I did comment. Okay.
Oh.
And Scotty says, Night Tiger sent me comics. Night Tiger is the guy who showed romance books on Metarog's Tuesday show. Yeah. Yeah, that's another great channel, is Mike's channel.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, his Golden Age collection has got to be tremendous.
It is, yeah.
And I think that's going to catch us up on that round. Yep. Okie dokie. And I'll do a quick round myself if you want.
Yeah. See it.
Okay. It's going to be like independence from like the late 80s, 90s, maybe.
Right.
So found some of those I didn't know I was missing. All right. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we got here. We got Capital Comics, The Badger, #2.
There we go. Yeah, I think there was somebody was showing some Badger comics on Joe's stream last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like the Badger. Yeah.
The Badger. We don't need no stinking badger.
Oh, P.U.
Here we go. This is Black Diamond, #1. You remember Sybil Danning as the Black Diamond?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So, and what is this? This is Prototypes by John Byrne. I think this is a promotional thing put out by a combination of Legend, Dark Horse Comics, and Hero, the magazine.
Yeah. Okay.
It's real thin.
Yeah.
So.
Was that Black Diamond comic? Was that AC Comics?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I love that run. Bill Black was head of that company. There was actually a good documentary on him and those comics, like on Tubi, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to check it out. Let's see. This is the Prototypes Holiday Special 2, 1994 by John Byrne. Okay. I was looking, just seeing if there was something significant about it. Here is Twisted Tales #8.
Oh, I love Twisted Tales. Yeah.
It's some great stories.
One of my runs from the 80s, yeah.
Here is Megaton #1. And this is not a full comic either. It's like starts right here. So it's kind of more of a square book almost.
Right. Yeah.
But it's thick.
Yeah, I remember that character, yeah.
Yeah. And Mr. Monster, number, I don't know. Doesn't say. I do not see a number.
Yeah, Michael T. Gilbert. Yeah.
Michael T. Gilbert. And what is this? This is Pied Piper Comics with Power Factor #2.
Did you just snort again?
I don't think I did. No, I didn't. Oh, you just want to see me die of coughing here on live. It's live streaming.
I'm sorry, man. I'm being mean today.
No, I'm just kidding. Here we go with Hero Comics. Roy and Dan Thomas, along with Del Barras, Captain Thunder, and Blue Bolt, #2.
There we go.
Just
Yeah, I love those
oddball,
books. Yeah.
oddball stuff.
Yep.
Here is Nexus #6.
Nexus, yeah. Steve Rude as best.
Steve Rude. Still think Steve Rude did one of the best Space Ghost renditions.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that Comico special, yeah.
Yeah.
I just got that one last year, finally.
Oh, that's just a cool read right there. Capital Comics with Whisper #1.
Whisper, yeah. Remember that one?
And as if that wasn't enough, we got Whisper #2.
Apparently it wasn't enough because you put another one on there.
And Neil Adams with Pacific Comics and Miss Mystic.
Oh, yeah. I think at one time that was supposed to have been a DC book right around when they had the implosion.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And if you look right here in the background, right here, you got their version of the Fantastic Four, which was Earth 4.
Earth 4, yeah. I also thought Earth 4 was where Blue Beetle and all those guys came from.
Yeah. And #3, Vortex.
Vortex.
And #4 of Vortex.
Nice.
#6.
No, that's a nice cover.
And Mr. X.
Mr. X.
Dun, dun, dun. And Vortex #7. Pick me.
Pick me.
Vortex #8. This is like a plop thing almost.
Yeah, it is.
Kind of a comedic cover. And Mr. X premiere issue.
Nice.
And then let's see. I'll finish it off with these 3 here. This is by Moonstone, and this is issue 0, so it doesn't exist. Don't look for it.
Okay.
Captain Action.
Oh, nice.
Captain Action. Dun, 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 dun. And here is #1. Kind of just a little bit of a take on homage to the what was it, first issue or splash page in first issue?
Oh, yeah. I can see what you're getting at there.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Superman. And yeah. So all right. And hey, don't be falling. Just stay right there, please. Okay, I know you know these guys too. The Justice Machine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love the Justice Machine.
This is #5, I believe, in the Noble run.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, anything where it had a bunch of heroes in a group, I was all over it, just like you.
I was same as you, brother. Same as you. The Futurians.
Yeah.
Cockrum.
Dave Cockrum.
Yeah. Dragonfly, now in her own comic.
I didn't know her when she wasn't in her own comic. For that Bill Black goodness right there.
And speaking of Bill Black,
there we go. Yeah.
Fun comment.
Yeah, I got an issue of Captain Paragon.
And then this one here with the Sentinels of Justice, #1.
Yeah. Now, is there a book that's got Sentinels of Justice and it's the old Charlton heroes?
There is one with the Charlton heroes.
Yeah. They're like Blue Beetle and Nightshade and Question and all that. Maybe Captain. Yeah.
Yep. There is. I thought it might be in here, but I didn't see it. So, hey, wait. Well, I got it right here. See? Americomics. This is the Americomics #4, and that's where she wasn't in her own series.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And I think it's in one of these issues of Americomics is where the that book you were just talking about.
Right. Yeah.
Just some oddball looking stuff.
Yeah, I've got that one. I think that's a George Perez cover. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. We'll wrap it up there. So, let's see here. Get us back together. All right. Let's see. Where I'm just trying to make sure because there were some comments that snuck in just before we got the line there. So I just want to make sure. Let's see. Okay, is that? Yeah. That one, Night Tiger. Okay, I think we left off with the Night Tiger comment there. And then Maranya put up the thing, Young Romance, Volume 1, Joe Simon and Jack Kirby Romance Comics on the Geeky Puppet Show. Nice. So that's cool. Thank you very much for putting that up there, Maranya. Then we can just cut and paste it. Cut and paste. Thank you. And Scotty says, testingarchive.org. I wonder if those last two words are banned from YouTube. Excuse me. And Maranya put down the line. Thank you very much. That really helped me out this time so I could check so I wouldn't lose my place even checking for the ones that snuck in there. So thank you very much, Maranya, as always. Maranya says, you're fine, Scotty. And Scotty says, what? Megaton was my alt universe name for Megatron. He turned into a huge robot in my parody. Mike Taylor says, Shannon, he snorted about 3 or 4 times. Hey, Michael, come on. Don't be giving me up, brother. Come on. Wow. Scotty says, I have half a dozen Captain Action comics. Loads of variant covers. There you go. Mike Taylor says, the Silver Age Captain Actions had fantastic covers.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
The Silver Age run of Captain Action, I think it's issue number 3, where he's standing in the rain holding Action Boy. Yeah. That cover by Gil Kane, awesome cover. No, it's not Gil Kane. I think it is Gil Kane.
It's Gil Kane,
yeah. That's right up there with some of those covers done by Neil Adams on like Tomahawk and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know exactly which ones you're talking about.
Yeah, I knew you would. Robin says, happy trails to you until we meet again. He says, have a good week and go Leafs go. Yes, go Leafs go, because the Boston Bruins aren't even going to make an appearance, I think, in the playoffs this year. So, Robin, thank you so much for joining us, man. Have a great rest of your week.
Yeah, enjoy your weekend, Bobby.
And Werewolf by Lunchtime says the first few issues of Mr. X were drawn by Jaime Hernandez or Jamie Hernandez. That way, got it covered.
Yeah.
Love and rocket fame.
Yeah.
Great read that's lost its way. That lost its way after issue 6. I did not know that. I don't know how many issues I have. I just came across these in a box I opened up this morning, so I couldn't even tell you. Scotty says, but thank you very much for that info. Well, Scotty says Joe Simon and Jack Kirby were in a romance. What? We took a left turn into some alternate reality here. Mike Taylor says, terrific books, Rod. Thank you very much, Michael. Appreciate that. Great show as always. Had a blast, Rod, Shannon, and fellow chatters. Have a great weekend and upcoming week. You as well, Michael. Thank you so much for hanging out with us here, and thank you for your continued support, my friend.
Yeah, we always appreciate you, and I know he's a big contributor in the chats on your channel and my channel, and I know you and I both appreciate his support.
Absolutely well said. And Lead Paint, hey Greg, he says, great show, fellas. A ton of fantastic comics. Happy Easter, and a happy Easter to you too, Greg.
Yeah, happy Easter, Greg. Glad to see you here.
Yes. Maranya says, take care, Rod, Shannon, the Peanut Gallery, the Nuts of the Day, the Foofs, the studio audience, and Maranya's Legion of Peanut Pets. Stay safe and warm and hydrated. Thank you so much, Maranya. Again, thank you for each week keeping us or keeping me in line or in check and helping me not to screw up as much as I would otherwise.
Appreciate you. Have a good weekend and good Easter.
Yes, happy Easter, Maranya. Take care. And Triple C Rob, he says, another great show, guys. Take care. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you very much, Rob. Have a great Easter. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Everybody you got to grab your chairs and get on over to Rob's channel and get a front row seat so you can get some comics at a good price over there for his comic auction starting at $3. Free shipping and some great comics. Got to get over there. Check them out right now. Just got to go.
Yeah. Great channel.
Thanks, Rob. Appreciate it, brother.
Yes, we do.
Easy Comic Reader. Hey, Mike, he says, take care, everyone. Enjoy your weekend with family and friends. Happy Easter to everyone, and a happy Easter to you, my friend.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Mike.
Hey, Maranya says, happy Easter. Happy Easter to you, Maranya. V. Jackson Rourke says, until we meet again. Jackson, great to have you back, man. Take care. Have a great week and enjoy your Easter.
Absolutely.
Well, by lunchtime says Simon and Kirby slept in the same bed as Laurel and Hardy.
Yeah, I don't know where to go with that, but
yeah, moving right along. Maranya says, in the event Jackson forgets to pull the plug. Thank you, Maranya. And we got Werewolf by lunchtime saying, I'm sorry, Ollie. Oh, and that catches us up once. Oh, no, we got more. They're popping in here now. Here we go. Double A says, fun as always, Rod. Watch out for those Plastic Man nose books. Good old Plaz. Take care, Rod, Shannon, and Lady M.
Have a great Easter, August.
Yes, have a happy Easter, August, and enjoy the rest of your weekend and have a great week. Thank you once again for hanging out with us, my friend. Michael Taylor says, thanks for the shout out, Shannon. The feeling is mutual, guys. So thank you, Michael. Oh, man. V. Jackson Rourke says, pulls the plug on Maranya. Oh, no.
Oh.
I am one of us. He says, excuse me. He says, thanks for showing so many great comics, Rod and Shannon. Take care of yourselves. I am one of us. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, man. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, we always appreciate you being here, buddy. Have a great weekend.
Yes, take care and a happy Easter to you. And Werewolf by Lunchtime says, because there they worked so closely together, Laurel and Hardy. And Miranda say she ghosted us. And Werewolf by Lunchtime says, have a great Easter, guys. Love the show. Thank you so much, Werewolf. Appreciate that more than you know.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
So, all right. I think that catches us up. I think everybody's picking up stakes and getting on over to Triple C's channel.
There we go.
Got anything big going on this week?
I have absolutely nothing. I might get ready and go to the comic shop and pick up a couple books, like I was saying earlier about the We Are Yesterday series from DC, or that storyline. So other than that, I'm coming back home and probably just bang around in here, maybe work on some music, just kind of take it easy.
Cool beans, cool beans. I think I've got to try and get to the comic. I haven't made it to the comic shop in the last 2 weeks, so I'm sure there's a few things waiting in my folder for me.
Yeah, blasphemer.
I know. They're gonna take away my card for comic collecting. That's it. You're out.
You're out.
Oh man. But other than that, I'm just gonna work on trying to get better.
Yeah, hope you feel better, man, and enjoy WrestleMania.
I will. And I want to what does that say? I don't know what that's saying. Paying attention to it. Buttons are just popping up. I want to, before I go, once again, thank Andrew Triple P for his wonderful AOK gift. This is incredible. Thank you so much, Andrew. Appreciate that, my friend, once again.
Yeah, awesome. That's a great gift, man.
Yeah, that is super cool, man. That's an awesome book right there. So thank you, my friend. So. All right. Well, I guess that's it for me and you, huh?
That's it.
We're done. We're going to wrap things up. Everybody have a great Easter and have a great rest of your weekend. And hope you have a great week. And hopefully we'll see y'all back here next week. We'll do it all over again.
Yes, we will.
All right. All right, brother. Take care. And we'll see you next week.
We'll see you.
And so, once again, our triumphant twosome have made the world a safer place in which to live.